The week is winding down on the annual meetings of the African Development Bank Group for 2024 here in Nairobi. I am Justina Okechukwu. Now today, the Development Finance Organization released its latest economic outlook for Africa, revealing the various local and global headwinds that impact the continent last year and what the outlook is for the current fiscal year. The report projects that Africa's growth is expected to stabilize at 4.0% between 2024 and 2025, with the East African region leading the projected rebound. Here is the chief economist of the report, Professor Kevin Orama.
If you look at GDP growth, in terms of GDP growth, Africa is doing very well, only second to Asia, with 10 of African countries amongst the 20 fastest growing economy. So it's just a story of resilience. If you try to look deeper, you find that up to 15 countries in Africa, estimated to be about 17 this year, push growth of more than 5 percentage points. When Africa needs a lot more resources to address climate change, address all the challenges of the geopolitical tensions we are seeing, if you look at all external flows collectively, it's been declining significantly on the continent by 19.4 percentage points between 2022 and 2021. And that leads to low capital investment in structural transformation projects.
Meanwhile, a high-level plenary of the Board of Governors and stakeholders shared their views on how countries can step up their structural transformation processes using clear and actionable roadmaps.
Do we have the right incentives for the right things to get done? Incentives around domestic resource mobilization, incentives around private capital mobilization, incentives around the targeted high-impact use of concessional resources. A major theme this week, concessional resources will always be scarce. That's a reality. And so what is the framework to think about where to place that scarce resource on projects that have cross-border impacts, on projects where a country is making the investments, but the results, the benefits are for the region or for the world, so we need to help underwrite that investment.
But I think that to achieve structural transformation, we still need to focus more on the enablers. So it's infrastructure development. So investing in rail, in our road transportation, in our energy infrastructure. So this capital needs to go there, and we need long-term capital.
Turning to the vexed issue of climate adaptation, ministers on this session highlighted the opportunities in their various countries on carbon credits and markets and how to channel new investment flows into the continent.
We have to foster an environment where African carbon credits are seen as credits that are produced with integrity. There is full transparency in the value chain, and that the benefits are shared equally with communities, with governments, with the buyers see value in the credits they're buying, but especially the project developers who are working on the ground to develop these communities must also be able to recoup their investment.
Africa is a crucial part of the solution globally to climate change. We have the potential of sequestering a third of global needs just from Congo Basin. We have 60% of the world, solar potential, plus many other sources of renewable energy. And we need to ensure that we are fairly compensated for our contribution to the global climate change challenge.
Now, other key issues on the plate for the delegates today included industrialization, job creation, agriculture, and energy financing, as well as capital market support for the continent's transformation programs. Tomorrow, the week-long annual meetings will be brought to close with a grand plenary here at the KICC. Frontier Africa Reports will be here live to give you updates throughout the day. For more in-depth coverage of the AfDB annual meetings, go to our website at www.frontierafricareports.com and follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Justina Okechukwu, reporting for Frontier Africa Reports here in Nairobi.